Jan Dyer. I'm a songwriter by trade, by employment, whatever you want to call it, or unemployment at the time. I guess you'd know my biggest hit as Every Time Two Fools Collide that Kenny Rogers and Dottie West recorded probably about 114 years ago. And I love writing. It's like creating something new. I love singing and doing writers' rounds, and I've done several of those. And I have to tell you that my music family, when I flooded, I knew my music family liked me, had no doubt. But I had no idea how much they truly loved me. Because for 2 days, once we could get back in, I had at least 20 people in this condo pulling out drywall, the insulation, tearing up the carpet pad, pulling up the floors in the kitchen and the den. Felicia King, Lisa Montez, just to name two, drove straight from Key West to my condo and started packing dishes. My curio cabinets were, had been filled with water. It had drained out. They had all the river water on them. And we just set up a table here because all the furniture was gone. And it's amazing to sit and watch them bring your furniture out, everything that you ever owned. And it's sitting there right by you, covered with river water, mud. And I lost my piano, which was my brother-in-law's. I came in here when I could first get in here and decided with this friend of mine, I said, let's pick up this piano. It was laying on its back. And he said, we can't. And I said, sure we can. You get on one side, I'll get on the other. We can pick it up. We couldn't. A gentleman had helped me to hang all of my pictures and my awards in my home. And I'd shown him where I wanted them hung. And when it was all said and done, they were about, that much too high. I thought, well, I'm not going to go back through and redo this. I'll just leave it. And the water stopped about that far below my gold and platinum records and my awards and my other pictures. So those were saved. Honestly, I'm a lady of a lot of words. And it was so overwhelming and so heartwarming, and a songwriter, I have no words to tell you what it felt like. There really are no words. I mean, all of a sudden you look up and here comes another one of your writer friends, another, and you go, they're here for me? They're here for me. I mean, I think that's what I thought most. I can't believe so-and-so is here for me. Like I said before, I knew they liked me. I had no idea how much they loved me.
Well, my name's Joe Rasna. I've always been involved in some way in music. I've always played guitar. I love to write. Right now, with the Nashville music community, I help run a writer's night once a week. I also write. I'm signed up with BMI, as you can see. Trying to live that dream everybody else does that comes to Nashville. May 1st, that Saturday, it was raining here, and it just seemed like a normal storm, nothing out of the ordinary. I woke up Sunday morning, May 2nd, when I looked outside, and the whole backyard was just flooded with muddy water. Everybody on the whole subdivision in this cul-de-sac here thought it was going to recede. And I was just kind of sitting around the house, and I got up off the chair, and every step I took, the carpet was wet. And I said, oh gosh, so it started coming in from under the house, and then it started coming into the house. The water just kept coming in further and further, and my furniture was floating, everything was floating in the house. And finally I realized I'd better get out. And I thought I almost waited too late because the water was rushing so hard, there was no way to swim out, walk out. The current would have just taken me away. So I walked out on the front porch and leaned forward and saw a neighbor of mine on the little roof that hangs over his porch, and hollered at him, and he saw me, and he had thought I'd already left. And I said, no, please don't forget me. He said, well, there's a boat coming. So with about 15 minutes, I'll just stop a minute. Man. In about 15 minutes, a boat came, and I had to climb on the railing of my porch to climb into the boat, and all I had was my cat. And they took us across the street where the hill is, and there's people waiting there, just waiting with open arms. They took me in, they took my cat in, gave me some change of clothes, and stayed overnight there, and then was able to go stay at a relative's house when my son came to pick me up. And it took about a day and a half for the water to subside. And when we came back, I mean, it was just, the house was just basically gutted. I mean, there was, like I said, over 4, almost 5 feet of water in the house. Everything was covered in mud. Furniture had changed rooms. Pretty much everything was gone. All my furniture, photos, paperwork, pictures. It was really hard to come back, and it's really been hard to come back each time. But I've had so many friends, especially in the music community, that came out. And I mean, at one point I had 18 cases of water on my back deck. But they came with tools. They helped gut the house. We had to pull all the drywall off, all the insulation out, every cabinet, every appliance, every bit of furniture was all out on the front yard. And my car was in the garage. Of all things, I lost my car as well. So it was pretty traumatic. Since that time, I've moved into an apartment with my son. The money that I received from FEMA was probably a third or a quarter of the amount of money to rebuild the house. But I have been able to replace a few things, but I received money and gifts from friends, even from strangers. But the Nashville community, music community, really stood up. I don't know what else to say.